it's Anaconda, and welcome back to What's Love's Got to Do with It. It's a brand new week and a brand new episode. I'm so excited. I'm actually at my childhood home. I'm in Perth, Western Australia. I'm doing a show here, and I am back with the family, which is really lovely. Last night I had dinner with my mum and my dad and my brother and my sister. My sister's got a bun in the oven. She's pregnant, which is exciting. So I'm gonna be a gunkle soon, everyone. So I'm over the moon. But it is nice to be back at home. I think it's interesting when you go back home, especially with your siblings are all there together, we all revert back to being like the child that lives within us. You go back to being like wanting to be fed from mum and dad, having them do your washing, all that drama. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's like a muscle memory when you go back home to do all these things. But it's really joy. And that's behind us is there's this urn and that little photo. That's our childhood dog Ted, and he lives here. So that's where Teddy is. So Teddy's watching us today. That was sad when Teddy died, but he had a good innings. He had a good run in life, little Ted. It was a beautiful little dog. My mum does still think that he wanders around the house following her. If you see a little ghost dog in the background, that's Ted. But yeah, I'm excited for today's episode. We've got a beautiful sister of mine joining us, and it is Mayhem Miller, an absolute legend of the drag world, obviously from RuPaul's Drag Race, but beyond that, before Drag Race, Mayhem was a legend known around the world. We knew about her so long before Drag Race, and to even call her a friend is just absolutely wild and mind blowing to me. But we dive in deep. We talk about a good friend of hers, and we go into this. We have a really great time talking about this dirty story, which is so hysterical. We touch upon Drag Race, obviously, but May comes out with some beautiful wise words and some lessons and a lot of takeaways for all of us to apply into our life. So I don't want to waste any more time. I want to get straight into this episode. So we'll be back right after this break, and it will be with the beautiful Mayhem Miller. Welcome back to What's Lost Got to Do with It. I'm so thrilled and overjoyed to welcome my beautiful guest, my sister from RuPaul's Drag Race UK versus the World Season 2. It is Mayhem.
Hi,
Hi, beautiful. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Just hanging out. Your
Well,
face.
oh, it's so good to see your face. It's been too long. I think what was it? DragCon was our last
Oh
moment
my God.
together.
Yeah, that was the last time, huh?
Yeah, yeah. It's been too long, and I miss you. Look at that
I
wall.
know.
What is this room that you're in?
This is my office.
You have an office?
Yeah.
Like an office and a drag room?
Yes.
With the cost of living, how? She's good at what she does.
She's been on Drag Race a few times.
That's the winning combination.
You made me steam up my glasses.
Oh. So these are your accolades behind you in your
Yeah, I
work.
have my season 10 trophy there and
Ah,
a bunch of other like trophies I've gotten over years for competitions and stuff. And a lot of in my office, I have a ton of fan art that I've collected over the years. I save everything
nice.
anyone gives me and I put it up in my office. I have lots of flyers from old shows that I used to host, pictures of all my friends and my family. Yeah, photo
It's
shoot
like
stuff.
it's like a little den of just treasures. I love it.
It is
Oh,
a
I'm
lot of my
fascinated.
favorite little things.
I'm just at my parents' house. That's our dead dog, Teddy.
I, yeah, no, I don't have any dead dogs in here. No.
Yeah, that's him. He's always watching, and my mum does the eye. So this is our like where I grew up. This used to be our little playroom that we're in. That mum's converted into a little TV area. But this door here, that's my bedroom where I grew up.
Oh my God. Is it still staged like how you left it before you
God,
left?
everything's gone.
Oh,
They've
okay.
cleaned it out. It's my mum's third wardrobe, and then this is the ironing room where she does her ironing.
Oh my God. See, I always find it weird when I see like TV shows and like people go back to their childhood home and their parents keep their bedroom like how they left it. And I'm like,
Yeah,
am I the
no,
only person that did not happen? As soon as I left home, my parents cleared my
gutted it out.
room.
Yeah, no, bitch, they did that to me too.
And I was like, what are you going to put in here? And they're like, nothing. We're done with you. Bye.
Oh, where did you grow up?
I grew up partially in LA, and then the rest of my life, I grew up in Riverside, which is about an hour outside of LA.
Oh, so you're like a California, like born, bred.
Oh yeah, I'm a true California boy, Southern California boy, because
So,
it's very different than Central and Northern California.
so Riverside, is that where they get that song, Riverside, motherfucker? Do you know that song?
No,
Do,
what
do,
song
do,
is
do,
that?
do, 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 do. It was a club song back in the day. Maybe it was only an Australian thing. Maybe we have a Riverside here, but it goes Riverside, motherfucker. Do, 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 do,
I've
do, do,
never
do,
heard
do,
of
do,
that
do,
song,
do.
but please send
What?
it to me.
Yeah, I will. I thought that might have been where it originated. Does it go off in Riverside?
We do have a fun scene here. It's not as big as LA, but Riverside has birthed some amazing queens like myself and Raven and Morgan, and we have a very rich drag community here.
Yeah, I always just pass out the fact that I know you as a sister. It's wild because, like, prior to like your stint on Drag Race and prior to like me even knowing what Drag Race was, like, we always looked at like American girls and Sydney girls, specifically the like LA girls. So we always knew you and Raven and Morgan and Detox and like all these like legends. But it's so what? So that was your main sisterhood was that Morgan, Raven in like in LA.
Oh yeah, me and Raven started the same day at the same club, same night. So we had that special bond with each other. Me and Morgan have been friends since God, I was like 18, and we both discovered drag around the same time, and we're all still in each other's lives, so we're inseparable. Like it's just
Yeah.
more than like a sisterhood is family. It's
Yeah.
just when you have drag families. Oh yeah, that's my sister, and it's so just thrown out into the fucking wind. And so these are actually my
Yeah,
family.
like family. Yeah. There's your sisters and then there's your sisters.
Yes.
Yeah, you do any call me up in the middle of the night. I need a hide body. I'm coming. Those ones.
Exactly.
Oh, that's so
Exactly.
magic. Do you remember your first drag number? Do you remember what you did?
Yeah. It was called All Eyes on Me by Monica.
Ah,
Yeah. A lot of people don't know that song. And then I just loved it when it came out. And I was like, I have to do this because just the whole lyrics of the song is just
it
perfect for
speaks
a
to
drag
you.
queen. Yeah.
When you pick a song, do you like because I learned a lot of kids, I think they don't realize that they don't listen to the lyrics. So you were like you get in there, you want to tell the story. Are you that girl?
I don't understand why no one understands the best type of drag is when you're telling a story on stage. You need to be a storyteller and
Yeah.
sell me the song that you're performing. I only do music that I love that speaks to me. So that's just how my drag goes. I'm like, no, you're gonna know exactly how I'm feeling by what I'm performing on stage.
Yeah, I'm the same. But do you struggle to pick numbers before when a promoter goes, I need your music 2 weeks in advance? I'm like, but I don't know how I'm gonna feel.
I cannot stand that. And if there's any promoters watching, please stop doing that to people. Like, you do not need my music 2 weeks beforehand. You don't need
No.
it a week in advance. You don't need it 5 hours in advance. You'll get it when I get there.
Yeah, because we're gonna be vibing while we're getting ready.
So what my whole like process is I sit here, I get ready, and I get in the car, I put on my music, and I just whatever's on shuffle on my playlist, whatever pops up at me, I'm like, oh, that's what I'm doing tonight.
Okay. Yeah.
I always figure it out on my drive to work because if I plan ahead, I always change my mind.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. Because you can't like it's I think we're such where it's an emotionally driven art form, really.
Yeah,
Yeah, we might look like in these high holy gowns and stuff, but underneath we're just people.
yeah. I like to use my opportunity on stage as therapy for myself. So
Yes.
I'm like, if I'm really going through it, I'm like, I'm going out there, I'm doing this power ballad, and I'm going to sing myself back into a good mood. Like,
Yeah.
I use the power of the stage and the power of music and the power of the presence of people and support and love to really, really control my emotions and help me regulate my emotions. So, drag is always just a healing thing as well for me. And hopefully, like when I'm on stage, I'm able to reach other people who might be out there watching and maybe going through some things at times. I'm like, yeah, sometimes an uplifting song is something that people need to hear at the moment. or something
Yeah.
funny, or something just fun and just energetic. It's just you play with it because you're orchestrating a mood in these nights, in these spaces and nightclubs and in bars and at brunches and stuff. So you have to use the magic of drag and use it to the best of your ability because you can be making a difference and have no clue.
You are, oh my God, yes. I feel the exact same way. I do the exact same thing. It is a therapy for me, but we are making these spaces like our own little people are relinquishing themselves into our hands for that minute. And there's an element of trust, I think, that they put in us to make sure that they're
Oh
going to
yeah.
be entertained. You know what I mean? It's an unspoken contract. Have you always been a performer?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I have asked my parents not too long ago. I'm like, are you even surprised about what I do for a living? And they're like, no, you've always been that kid.
Yeah.
You've always been that kid that wanted to dance for people. You wanted to sing. You wanted to. I was always just like, any family function, I'm the one I'm bringing out my clarinet. I'm gonna
Did you
play
play the
for everybody.
clarinet? You did not play the clarinet, did you?
Yes, I did. Oh yeah, I used to use my lips and blow on wood.
Ah! Still going, still got it.
Yeah, I was that kid. I love putting on the show. Always. Every talent show at school, I signed up. I'm gonna do
What would
this
you do
dance
at your talent
routine.
shows?
Huh?
What talent would you do at your talent shows?
I would do dance. I would always dance at the talent show.
I want to. Do you have any videos? You need to put these videos out there in the world.
Thank God I'm old and anything that
VHS.
was recorded was on VHS and that
Oh,
those tapes are somewhere lost and have not been converted to digital. So no, I haven't seen anything since I was a kid.
oh, you need to find them. They will be a gold mine of choreography, little
I
mayhem
used to,
choreography.
I remember I did a talent show and I had these black and white polka dot parachute like MC Hammer pants and like this white like blouse 90s like style with a like blossom hat. We're just going in, honey. Just 5, 6, 7, 8. And I still remember some of it.
Oh,
If anyone is out there, Wendy, my long lost friend from elementary school, I know your parents probably have that recorded somewhere. Please send it to me. I've not seen you since we were in the third grade. But
we can reconnect. This is what it's all about.
this is
This is
little
it.
Dewan Johnson right here. Hi, girl.
We need to reconnect you with Wendy ASAP. I just need to see these videos.
Oh my gosh, yeah, there's so much. There's probably floating videos from high school somewhere.
I
Yeah.
love that you were like I was very introverted in school. I was shy, didn't want to put myself out there. Like I got kicked out of the I would sit with the weirdos, like the freaks, and the freaks kicked me out. And I had to go sit on my own.
What?
I was a loner. I was full loner. It wasn't just
Really? That
yeah.
surprises me because you have such a magnetic personality. I would think that you were like popular in school.
Nah, little shy kid, didn't really want anything to do with anyone. Obviously, being back at my parents' house, I've been going through old photos and going talking memories and all that stuff. But every best friend I had through my life, they've all turned out to be gay.
So you always found the gay one.
Yeah, like they're literally all gay.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't really understand how that happened.
I remember when I was in elementary school, I think maybe third grade, there was a friend that I had. He was like my best friend, but I knew that he was like me, but I didn't know
You know what
what
it
that
was.
was. So like now
Yeah.
as an adult, I'm like, oh, I think he was gay as well.
Yeah, you ran on
Yeah.
that level.
So yeah, no, but that was like probably my only like gay friend, best friend when I was growing up. Yeah.
Nah, all
Everyone else
mine.
was straight.
And there's six of them, all gay.
Oh wait, no. I do have another gay friend that I grew up with. Yes.
Do
But we
you?
didn't know but I didn't know she was gay back then.
Oh, she's a leso.
Yeah, she's a lesbian.
Oh, I love lesbians.
Yeah.
I love lesbians. You know what? I want to ask your opinion on this because I always believed that drag queens and lesbians had this just unspoken love and protection for each other when I
Yes.
started. I feel that is sometimes getting lost by younger drag queens that don't understand or respect lesbians as much as we should. Do you think that?
I agree with that but I think it's different for me here because the lady presence is not in the spaces where I'm at all the time.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. That's because there used to be a lot more lesbians in queer venues. Like I remember growing up here, always lesbians around, and now they're just like thinning out, and the gays just aren't
You
as
want to know
welcoming.
why? You
Why?
want to know why? Because
They
they find love and they stick with a
they settle
bitch.
down. Yeah, yeah.
They
They've
settle
got the
down and they're like, bye.
what's the stereotype of the lesbian? They go on their first date and they bring the turkey baster and the bulldog and they're ready to go.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, no. Because I was like, yeah, I don't see girls out all the time. And I'm like, where are the girls? And I'm like, oh, no, they're smart. They find someone and they settle
And they,
down.
yeah, but we're gluttons for punishments. We'll keep going out hunting for it,
Hunting
non-committal.
for it, get it, and then throw it away, and then wonder
Yeah.
why it's not there.
Yeah, because I've been thinking about this. I've been really missing the lesbian presence because it was always just this, we'd look after each other when I
Mhm.
started doing drag. Always had a great couple of lesbians around me. They'd always, yeah, and they're just very supportive and they're still there now. And obviously, when I come back, I'll do shows, they'll come out, but it's very rare now. I miss them.
The girls need to come out. Come on, come and hang out with us some more.
Oh, yeah, we need them. We need them. Mayhem Miller. So, this podcast is about loss,
Okay.
of which both you and I are quite familiar with. I'm a professional runner-up. You, yeah,
And
you
you
got a
did a good
limit.
job at
Thank you,
that.
I've tried. But I just want to know, is there in your life over your only 21 years of living, what is there, those that what something that you've lost that has shaped you to who you are today? Could be
Oh my
anything.
gosh.
Could be a wig, can be keys, a wallet.
Oh my gosh. A loss that has shaped me to the person I am today. Oh my God. I don't want to get sappy or
No, we
anything.
can get sappy. It's our therapy.
I don't know. I think lots of the losses I've had have shaped me to be the person I am. Personally, losing people, that has been things that dealing with grief, especially at a young age, will totally change you. But
When was your first experience with the Yieldy Grim Reaper?
the one that really rocked my world was losing my best friend,
Mm.
and that really ruined me.
How old were you?
Yeah, I was how old was I? I was like what 20? I want to say maybe 23.
So you're like, it's all just, you're still figuring out the world.
Yeah, like my Danny, honey, he was a really good friend. Like when I was going through a hard time after coming out and becoming a drag queen and all that, he gave me a place to stay, and I had nowhere to go. And he was like, "Get in my car." He took me to Target, and no
Oh,
money. I had no job, and I had no car, nothing. And he took me there. He was like, "Get what you need, and we'll figure it all out later on." And
oh, bless him.
I was like, wait, what? And so I was like, okay, so I got a toothbrush and soap and shampoo and some pajamas and yeah, and I stayed with him for a while and got myself back on my feet, and he was like my angel for
Mm.
that part of my life where I was trying to figure things out, and it totally changed the course of my life.
Yeah, that's amazing. Where did you meet him?
At the club.
Yeah, so this was before drag, or you were doing drag at the time?
I had no, I was just starting to do drag when
Uh,
I met him before I started doing drag, and then I was when that transition in my life was happening, I was entering doing drag more often, trying to like make it into something because I didn't have a job, and I was like, okay, if I do these competitions, I could win $50 here and there, and that will get me through. So that was
yeah.
like my way of figuring out life at that time.
Is that wild? Because you're using the drag comps to just pay your way to get to the next to just get to the next day.
and that really, and I say all that to say this because it really shaped me as an artist, because I had to learn how to do drag and do it well and do it quickly, because there were so many other girls like trying to do the same thing I was doing, but I needed to survive. It wasn't for shits and giggles for me at that point. It was like,
Yeah, this is
oh no,
life.
I need money. Like I have to eat. And at
Mm.
that time I smoked. I was like, I need cigarettes. I'm like, so I need to go shake my ass somewhere. So it really made me figure out, okay, if I'm going to have to do these competitions every week, I need to
Mm.
figure out how to become a great drag queen with nothing.
Yeah, that's what. So did Danny help get you started in your mayhem ways?
No, he was okay. Yes, in a way. So whenever I would perform, he would come and make it rain on me at every show. And
Yes.
that was during a time where it was like becoming popular. Oh my God, you're at the strip club, you're making it rain on these strippers. And then they were starting to do it at drag shows. And so I would go on stage and he would throw 100 ones in the air. And I'd just be like,
Ah.
oh, oh my God, I'm rich. So he did support my drag in that way that I was able to start building, getting makeup and hair and clothes and stuff by tipping me lovely.
I love that. So what was one of your best memories with Danny?
Okay, wait. How vulgar can I get on here?
Oh, so vulgar. Like this is our moment,
Okay.
girl.
So one time we went out to this club in LA and we were leaving the club and this guy was like hanging out in the parking lot and we caught his eyes and he looked back at me and I smiled and Danny said, hey, come here. And so the guy comes over and he has this thick accent and we're like, where are you from? He's Brazil. And I was like, oh, he was stunning, bitch. Oh my
Oh,
God.
oh,
When I tell you the body on this man, he was beautiful. Oh my gosh. He had these
built.
blue eyes and just this bronze skin. And oh my God, he was stunning.
It's so
And
unfair. How do they look like that?
I don't know.
It's not
I
fair.
don't know, but I love it there and I want to go
Oh,
back.
yeah. Take us to Brazil.
Take us to Brazil, please. We'll do a tour for free.
Yeah,
Please
we
just
will.
take. So then, so we're sitting there talking to him, and he's come back to my place, and so I look over at Danny. We're going, and I'm like, oh, okay, no, sure. So we get to the guy's place, we get in his, and we're inside, and before I even can blink, this dude is completely naked, and I'm like, oh, it's going down. So I'm looking at him and Danny, like, all right, go ahead. I'll wait over here and let me know when you guys are done. And he must have grabbed me. And I was like, oh, me? Okay. Oh, because Danny was probably one of the most handsome and out of all the friends I've had in my life, he is probably the most handsome person I've ever met. And I was like, oh, so I look over at Danny. I'm like, I'll be back. And then the guy was like, no. And he's him too. And I was like, oh no.
Oh.
I was
Were
like,
you
oh
that kind of
no.
friends?
I was like, wait, no, I don't sleep with my friends. That's my best friend. Like that, no, that's weird. And Danny must have looked at me and was like, bitch, we're fucking doing this. And I was like, oh no, oh no, not two beautiful men that are gonna ravish me.
I couldn't possibly. Oh.
I don't know, please don't.
I'm shy.
So yeah, that's probably one of my favorite memories.
Oh, and was it a successful evening?
It was a lovely time. The drive home was awkward, but
Yeah, you know, I'm assuming you got over it pretty quick.
the drive home, we are like, did that really just happen? And I'm like, oh yeah, I think that happened.
I love that. God bless Danny. Thank you, Danny. Thank you,
Yeah,
Danny.
thanks, Fran.
Oh, but it is like that friend, those kinds of friendships, like they're very few and far between, but fuck, they change your life.
Yeah, yeah,
Literally change your life. And they're
yeah.
very and you can't force that either.
No, I really truly feel like genuine friendships need no work. It just happens organically.
Yeah.
And whenever there's a friendship and I feel like there's pressure to make something happen with it, I know that it's not a right fit because every relationship I have in my life that's of importance when it comes to friendship, it is just easy. It's
Yeah.
so easy.
And it's like the constant request for time, or yes, I want to make effort for as many people as I can, but we're busy. Like everyone's busy, but like,
Everyone has life.
yeah, everyone's got life. Like I think the good friendships, like you said, is the ones that you catch back up after. It could be months, and there's been no hounding. It just happens to work out, and you get back, and it's like nothing changes.
I have because like you said, we're really busy with our schedules. Everyone is, and so like for me, I think it's important, especially once I got on the show. I was like, I didn't realize how much of my life was going to change. I knew it would change because I had so many
Mm,
friends that have been on it and I seen what they had to go through. And I was like, okay, I can expect certain things. But once it happened for me, I was like, oh no, like I'm gone constantly. I already had a busy work schedule prior to the show, but once I had to start hopping on planes and I would be gone for weeks at a time, I started noticing that my personal relationships were suffering. And I was like,
mm,
okay, I had to make a conscious effort to at least try to check in with people and make sure that they know that even though I'm not there, I'm still here. And
mm.
all those relationships, I'm able to disappear for weeks at a time, not see someone for maybe over a month. And then when we see each other, we pick up right where we left off. It's like
Yeah.
nothing, like no time has been spent apart. So that's how I know how it's a genuine connection with these people.
That's good advice because I think a lot of people struggle to manage that, and then they feel like they're floundering in their friend group. But I think it is just that little bit of just checking in, just send a message and say, "Hey, thinking of you." I always tell everyone now, I'm like, even though I'm away or I'm not with you guys, I'm always thinking of them. I'm always
Yeah.
they'll pop into my head, and so I always make sure everyone knows that because I think that's a part of growing those beautiful, like effortless friendships.
Yeah. Especially as drag queens, we live in this bubble of us creating our own world. And
Yeah.
sometimes we could become very self centered with that world. And I try not to be that person because I see other people doing it. I'm like, oh my God, how can you be like that? I'm like, no, I have to always keep myself in check and say, you know what? You need to check in, be present, and especially budget your time. Like sometimes all
Yeah.
money is not good money. So there are times where I'm like, yeah, no, I'm good. I'm gonna sit a gig out because I much rather go wine tasting with my friends.
Yeah.
So
And
yeah,
not,
no.
yeah, have that break from work because you can't overdo it. It burns us out. Do you find your social batteries like die after a gig? Oh, they don't.
Wait,
I some
after a
I
gig?
sometimes, yeah, when you or like a tour or something, I feel like that constant like just talking. I need to sit quietly for maybe an hour or so just to recharge myself up. To go, I've literally spoken to every single person and learnt their life story tonight. I need to sit.
I no, I for me, I love that part of the job.
Oh, I
I
love
like
it.
to I love to learn more about people and I love being able to share myself with people in that way.
Mm,
I love doing what I do on stage. That's great. But I like the one-on-one
yeah.
and that when I do that part of my job, that's when I know I'm like, okay, I'm exactly where I need to be and I'm doing exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. And then the drive home, my break from all that, that's
It's
when I
yeah, that's your
reflect about it all.
recharge.
And
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. And then I really think about a lot of that. And then it totally recharges me because even though it's draining to give so much of yourself, for me, I'm like, you were where you were supposed to be because that person needed to have that conversation with you.
Mm,
So it makes me realize, okay, my importance, my presence is valued and is necessary. And so I'm like,
mm.
yay, I could go lay down my head at night and be like, I did a good job today.
Yeah. And like you do it so well, and you're such a good storyteller as well. I just remember sitting on our tour bus, and
Oh, no, 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 no,
we
no, no, no,
remember
no,
the
no. You're the storyteller.
no, but you tell stories too. We no, but when we sit there and we share all the stories.
I tell people all the time, my new favorite tour person is you. I
Ah,
love being on that bus with you.
we had the best time. I loved it.
I was
Every
like, we
second
could
of
go,
it.
we'll do the gig, we'll go out for drinks, and then get back on the bus, and we're gonna eat, and we're gonna sit there and talk all night while everyone else is asleep.
Yeah. It was so good. That tour was honestly just soul rejuvenating. It was such a good time just having
I
you
wish I
all.
was on it longer with you guys because I had so much
Don't,
fun.
don't. That was the worst part about it was like that we couldn't all do it together.
Yeah.
That's the nature of the beast, sadly.
Yeah, it sucks. But we had a great time. The
We did.
audiences had a great time. And
Yeah.
our cast was a really fun experience for me because everyone there was just a delight to work with and just lovely
Easy.
people. Yeah, it was so easy. I'm like, you
Yeah.
guys have no idea how difficult it can be with some people. With you
Yeah.
guys, it was like we have no issues. Everyone is
Yeah.
fucking cool.
Yeah, just chill, relax, fun. It was such a good vibe. I'm really grateful that we like that was our cast because it could have been, you never know with these with the casts these days. How do you what would your not to I don't, we're gonna go back to Drag Race anyway, so we may as well. Out of both the seasons that you've done, like how did they compare and how would they different?
Ooh, I like them both for different reasons. Of course, season 10 is special for me because it was my introduction into the Drag Race universe. Excuse me. And I had
Oh,
worked
no,
so.
that was your third season, wasn't it? You had All Stars as well, didn't you?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I forgot.
Okay.
There's so many. I'm like, between my first season and All Stars and UK versus the World, and then in between the sprinkles of like little other stuff that I've done with Drag Race,
That is crazy.
10 is a special place in my heart because I'm like, I worked
Yeah.
so hard to get there and I finally got there. And it happened at the right time for me. I would have
Mm,
loved to be on the earlier season, but I think being on 10, it happened when it was supposed to. And
yeah.
then when All Stars came, I was really excited for that one because I was like, okay, I did 10. I left early, mid show, and I felt like I was so new to the whole TV thing and I was
Mm,
going into it with the expectation of being like, this is a competition of who's the
mm,
best drag queen in this room. So I was very focused on I need to deliver the best drag. And I forgot that I needed to show my personality and I needed to put on a
yeah.
TV show.
And give them the Mayhem Miller experience.
Yeah, and I didn't do that. So being more aware of that when I got the invite for All Stars, I was like, okay, be more present, share more of yourself, be a little bit more vocal because there are
Mm,
people that are going to be fighting for attention of the cameras. So I went into it differently and I like that experience as well. It was
mm,
fun for what it was, but it wasn't until we did UK versus the world I was like, I'm walking into this a completely different person. And I was like, I just want to come here and have a fucking good time and I don't
mm.
care what happens. So I
Yeah.
was like, I just
You
want to have fun.
you could
And
feel
I
that
felt
energy palpitating off. You just sort
I was just like, I just want to enjoy it. I was like, I'm just happy to be here.
of It was so much. I know it was short, but it was the impact that you left was profound. Like we all just Shaka Khan becoming like the saying of our group.
It was that day was so funny for me because I was like, how am I laughing at my own shit when I know I'm not supposed to be laughing? I'm
It
supposed to be
was
serious right now. And I'm looking over at you guys, I'm looking at Rue and everyone, I'm like, oh
we were,
fuck.
but we were like, I think they gigged you because I think the first time that you did it, when everything went wrong, but it was so funny and we were all howling with laughter. It was so funny.
When I tell this story to everyone, I'm like, you guys have no idea. I was like, it was funny. We were all laughing so
It was
hard.
hysterical.
I was
And then
like,
they
it
gave you
wasn't
the dud one.
I
They
was
put the
like,
wrong one on.
I was like, no, give us the other one.
Yeah.
The other take is hilarious.
But it's so fair. Like you gave them the real reality TV thing. You gave them a good one and a bad one, and they just were like, "We'll see what happens."
And then I was like, but it worked because I walked away from the experience of being like, this was hilarious, and it's going to be another moment where people are never going to forget that.
Yeah,
And
and it still hasn't. The memes still pop up. It was the funniest fucking thing. I was like, "Oh, she's won. She's won, everyone. She did so good." I was wrong.
I thought it was so fucking funny. I was like, I walked away and I was like, oh my god. I
Come
was like,
crying
well,
over again.
I was like, here we go.
Oh, it was so good. It really just tickled me. Would you classify yourself as a comedy queen?
Yeah, absolutely. People don't realize that I'm a comedy queen until they come to
Mm.
see a show that I host.
Yeah,
And then when they
you're
see me on the
hosting.
microphone, they're like, wait a fucking minute. You're
Mm.
hilarious. Why don't we know this about you? And I was like, because I never get to make it to a roast. I
Yeah, we need
never get
to.
to a roast, or I never get to fucking Snatch Game. I'm like, I never get to do the funny shit ever.
Who would you do for Snatch Game?
Oh God, I have a lot of characters that I would have did, but I when I was there, I brought Kanye West.
Camp.
And the producers they tried to get me not to do it. They were like, "Can you please pick a different character?" And I was like, "No,
Ah,
I want to do Kanye." And they're like, "He's so controversial. We don't know." And I was like, "I don't care. It's about to be hilarious." And they're like,
yeah,
"Oh, are you sure?" I'm like, "Yeah." I was like,
yeah,
"I'm going to do Kanye, and you're
yeah.
gonna fucking laugh." And they're like, "Okay," but I didn't
I
make it.
I would die to see it because you know what? Yes, these people are controversial, but that's what drag's about. You're meant to make light, like you're meant to make light of that.
My show, whenever I'm doing my crowd work, it is all crude and rude and just good classic drag where you're going to get insulted,
Yeah,
and I don't
yeah,
understand why that's a lost part of our art form, because a lot of people in this new day is, oh no, you can't say this, oh no, you can't say that. And I'm like, we're drag queens, we're
mm,
supposed to say these things, we're supposed
yeah,
to make life funny. You
yeah,
take the lemons and you make the motherfucking lemonade, bitch. And
yeah.
if you can't make fun of yourself, who the fuck can you make fun of? I'm like, shit, I'm gonna sit there and I'm gonna say the jokes about my own damn self so that everyone knows I don't take myself fucking serious. So you better sure not take yourself
Yeah.
serious.
Because that's the thing. Everything was on the like when I started doing dragon hosting, everything was on the table, including ourselves, because we were the butts of the joke. We were the freaks, we were the underground. So
I'm
you
dressed
make
up
fun of
like a
everything.
woman with my fucking dick tickling my butthole. I
Bitch.
I'm the one that everyone should be laughing at right now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Oh my God. But it's so true. And like, I do think that that's the one thing that disservices kids these days is that life doesn't come with a trigger warning or an offense meter. Like you're gonna get offended in life. You're gonna have
yeah,
your feelings hurt. That is life, bitch.
yeah, yeah. And you need to
Toughen
get
up.
a thick skin, bitch, because guess what? There are people in this world who don't give a fuck.
They're becoming more and more brazen. I like to think people go around the world doing things and living life with the best intentions and try to be good people, but that is not the case.
Mm-mm.
Some people just do not give two shits about anyone else.
I'm sadly one of the people who overly thinks about everyone else.
Me too,
And
bitch.
I wish I was
Consideration
not that
queens.
way. I wish I was one. I wish I was the asshole, because I'm like, those people seem to just float through the world with not a care. And I'm sitting here bearing the weight of the world on my shoulders. I'm like, oh, fuck.
Oh,
I'm
I
like,
think
I just
I'm
want to wake up one
saying,
morning and just get out of bed and be like, fuck
fuck
you, fuck you,
you.
fuck you, fuck you. I'm gonna tap dance on your goddamn
But you know
grave.
what? We would fucking do that. We'd go out, we'd have one day doing that, and we come home at the end of the day and feel so much regret and remorse.
I would be on my hands and knees just praying to God, please let me get to heaven. I did not mean today.
It was
I'm
a
so
fake.
sorry.
It wasn't me.
I'm totally the person, if I get mad at someone and I cuss them out, I will, by the end of that day or night or the next morning, will send them a text and be like, you know what? I really apologize for what I said to you. Because I will stay up all night. I really shouldn't. I
Yeah,
really, because I have no filter. Once I'm mad, I
it's
go.
on. Everything go. Yeah, yeah,
I go and I'm gonna say the things that I really shouldn't say. Because as an Aquarius, I take fucking note of everything, bitch, and I overanalyze everything. So I know what's gonna make you go home and regret life. So
yeah. She comes right in.
I'm like, oh
Stabbing.
yes, bitch, you're gonna fucking hate yourself after I speak to you.
But that's why you feel deeply, and you've got every note lined up ready to go.
So,
Oh, I love it. I can't. But look, I'm an emotional Cancerian. I just get, I just feel motherly and want to cry all the time.
you know what? I haven't had a good cry. When was the last time you had a good cry?
Been a while. It has been a
I haven't
while.
had a good cry in a while.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
overdue.
yeah, that's what my grandma used to say. You always just if you're feeling like built up, like just energies, just cry, and it will make you
Oh
feel a
yeah,
lot
you got to
better.
release. You have to
Yeah.
release.
Yeah. What do you do to cry?
I listen to music.
Yeah.
Some music is will take me there into that space, or I will find a good movie to watch. Or sometimes I just get in the car and I just
Drive.
think and just let my emotions pour.
I like that.
Yeah, it happens in the
That's nice.
car. I think I cry more in the car than I do anywhere else.
Because you do get like in a little zone, don't you? When you put the right song comes on.
Oh yeah. And then I drive so much for work. So my commute to any gig is usually 2 hours plus. On my nights home, usually that's when I'm like, all right, it's reflection time. Let's
Mm.
think about everything that's going on. And sometimes I'm like, oh, here it comes. Oh,
Uh-oh.
there it is. There it is.
Do you ever, when you're driving, let the tears well up in your eyes and makes all the lights of the night cars and the things go all fuzzy and bright, and then you like, and then you
No,
blink and you the tight blink to let the tears drop.
that's when I pull over to the side of the road and I act like I'm being like filmed in my own music video. And I'm just like, oh God. I drove all night.
Oh, Mayhem, really, you make me laugh. You're a funny bitch. You really are. That's good advice, though. I think a lot more people need to actually just have a good cry, sort themselves out a little bit.
Yeah, it helps. Sometimes you just have all that just pinned in, honey. You just need to just let it out. Let the universe have it.
Yeah.
Release it. Give it up.
Yeah, let it go, bitch. We're coming to the end of our time, and you've just given such great advice there. And I think, yeah, because you are a font of knowledge and you are a very wise woman. But
Oh,
I've been
thank you.
asking everybody at the end of the episode from the just do a bit of like a reflection. So, from the things that you've lost in life, then the experiences you had, what is something that you found? What is something you found?
Mm.
And what is it? And maybe a bit of advice for the people going through things.
Oh my gosh. Through the losses and the ups and downs, I think what I've found that's dear and precious is myself. I think when you're going through rough times and hard spots, you can lose who you are within that emotion. And
Mm,
I think those moments are there because it helps shape you into the person that you're supposed to be. I truly
mm.
believe that God doesn't give you more than what you can bear. So these are things that happen to help build you up to be the strong person that you should become and will become if you just let life happen and meet it head first and know that you can always get through things. Yeah, I think I found my true self through all those losses and it was necessary.
Oh, that's beautiful, May. I love that. Honestly, and we're very honored to be able to able to bask in your light. And thank you for being so generous with yourself. You always are.
Oh, thanks for inviting me. I
Oh,
miss you terribly. And I
I
think I
miss
need
you
to come
too.
and visit.
Yeah, we need to do it. We need to be together and reunited ASAP. I just want to sit and giggle.
I know, because you came out here last time, so I need to come
Yeah.
that way.
Yeah, come to Australia. It's fun. And then we'll try and find you a husband, and then you don't have to go back to America.
Oh my God. So can we please work on that? Because it's getting
Yeah.
a little kind of scary here.
Yeah, yeah. So any single Australian fellows out there, please submit applications. We'll be going through them to find Mayhem a husband.
I'm a cheap date, so hey, just give me some tequila and a place to rest my head, and we can make this happen.
She's on. I love it. I'm gonna do God's work and I'm gonna try and find them for you. But oh yeah, but May, before you go, any projects that you got coming up that you want to spruik? Where do you want people to go and follow you on Instagram and all that drama?
Oh my gosh, yes, you can follow me on all social media at The Only Mayhem. My new single just came out a couple weeks back called I'm That Bitch. So you can
Yes.
get it wherever you stream your music and new projects coming up. You might see some things very soon that I can't talk about.
Ah! Oh, make sure you get followed and keep an eye out for these exciting projects. I'm freaking excited. But Mayhem Miller, thank you for joining us on What's Lost Got to Do with It. I love you. You're a
I love
gem.
you. I love you. I love you. I love you.
And we will see you soon. Love you,
Bye.
May. Bye. We'll be back after this. My gosh, everybody, welcome back to What's Lost Got to Do with It. That was our beautiful guest, Mayhem Miller. And what a storyteller. I told you at the start, she is made of just wise words and good feelings, like, just makes you feel warm and fuzzy. It's just like, I miss being around May so much, and that conversation really did fill my soul with a lot of joy. But she's just one of those people that you meet in your life. It's just effortless and fun and joyful, and she just is so generous with her heart and her soul. And I just honestly thank you, May, for joining us. You're an absolute gem and a joy. And yeah, really grateful. So I hope you've enjoyed listening to Mayhem Miller. In our final segment for the podcast, before I let you go about your week, it is time for Healing Hands. Healing Hands, where I, as a holder of a certificate one in Reiki, who has not yet qualified for a certificate two to do remote healing, is moonlighting as a certificate two holder of Reiki, and I'll be doing remote healing. I usually pop out a little Instagram story asking for if anyone needs advice or needs help with anything, and I'll do my best to provide my little healing hands to help the situation. But I don't have that today because I had trouble with the internet, so I couldn't post my story. But what I do have is a reflection on my time last night when I got to Perth, and we had dinner as a family and just talked and just spent time together, and we disconnected from the online spaces and the online world, because I think we can modify life on, if we've had a good day, we post a good photo or a video, and everything has to be captured, everything has to be put out there, say we're doing this, we're living this life, this is what we're doing, we're succeeding, because you want everyone in the world that follows you to know that you're doing that. However, that's not real life. And I just really reminded myself that it was, and what truly is living is being in the moment, being in that space and being truly connected with each other. And it is such a heartwarming and fulfilling experience that sometimes I think we deprive ourselves of, because I think we're so quick to want to go and grab the phone and take a photo and upload it, and it takes you out of the realness of what it is to be a human. And yeah, I just think we're worth more than the likes and the comments. So make sure you give yourselves that moment, with whether you're with your friends or your family or even just by yourself, or you're doing something cool. Resist the urge to take the photo, resist the urge to take the video. Just live your life. Enjoy it. You don't need to tell everyone that you're doing it. You don't need to commodify that. Stop playing into it. Stop feeding the beast. So that's my words of wisdom for you today. I'm taking that advice myself. I'm trying not to feed the beast. I did post that on social media though. So the irony. But let me tell you, let me tell you, I didn't take a photo last night, so I'm very proud of myself. But I'm going to leave you now, and I'm going to let you go about your week. I want to thank you for joining me in another episode of the podcast, and for taking time to allow me and my guests to infiltrate your little ear holes for a little bit. I thank you. Thank you for supporting the show. If you're enjoying it, tell all your friends. And if you're not enjoying it, tell your enemies, and I'll torture them. But I do appreciate you, and thank you for being there and listening. And I hope that you find something to take away out of each of these episodes. But for now, I'm going to leave you to it. Have a fabulous week. Do something fabulous. Treat yourself and love and be fabulous and live boldly. We've got one life to live, so make it worth it. All right, kids, I love you, and I'll see you again very soon with another episode of What's Lost Got to Do with It. Bye.